So in these short videos, every single Wednesday, I'm going to be trying to go ahead and showcase every single business use case for Webflow. So these are going to be a little bit different than our YouTube channel, where we go really in depth on how you can use Webflow and just try to go ahead and showcase all of the possibilities you can do with Webflow, Webflow CMS, etc., etc. So first of all, we're going to be starting off with a pretty simple use case, and that is having your blog on Webflow. So if you're thinking of migrating your kind of blog from Wix, WordPress, Squarespace, or any of those platforms, this is hopefully going to give you a heads up on what you can expect on Webflow and what are going to be the benefits that you're going to expect. So 5 things you're going to be finding in Webflow. The first thing is basically, when you transition to Webflow, you can expect full design freedom. And that's probably one of the funnest examples you can have. So as you're running your brand, you don't want your blog to be a standalone template. So that is exactly what Webflow is going to be allowing you. It's going to allow you to add custom covers, custom interactions for loads, like for example, for the blog list page. And then when going to the blog post page, you can go pretty advanced with adjusting the rich text and kind of make sure that your website is up to the current standards and it has every single feature you want to. Even if you want to add, maybe you want to add a banner midway through the article or reference any of the other items midway through the article, Webflow is going to be allowing you to do just so. A few more examples, another blog that we've done is like, for example, from Upwork. You can see how they're leveraging Webflow for their blog, and again on their case that the blog is completely synced with their brand, and you can have also choose specific you might like, add different call to actions on the blog and just have a seamless experience from your website to the blog itself. The next thing we're going to be going over is the seamless SEO integration itself. Unlike WordPress or any other tools on the web, you're not going to need any sort of plugins, Yoast SEOs, or whatever in order to have a seamless SEO for your website. So in this case, for the blog, we've added a custom SEO title and a custom SEO description field in our CMS, where our content editors can go ahead and write the SEO title and description. And then we've also added a custom field for the Open Graph image, so our blog looks really good when it's shared on the web. Then also another benefit you're gonna get, like specifically for SEO, is when hosting on Webflow, you can guarantee that your load times are gonna be great, and thus allowing Google Lighthouse and all of those speed tests also to pass, and ranking your website even higher on Google for that. The next thing we're going to be going over is that it's also pretty fun, is you can create a lot of different CMSs in Webflow. So Webflow is allowing you to create a really unique content management system. So blog doesn't need to be your only CMS. You can create the blog and then also start using let's say in our case guides, and reference other CMSs and showcase content from those CMSs on your pages. In this case, we're showcasing resources on our guides. We're showcasing which guide is the next, which guide is the main one, etc., etc. But you can also showcase your work on your blog. You can showcase your Instagram on your blog, your testimonials on your blog, and go really in detail and showcase what is specifically needed for the blog and create a completely custom solution on that front. Then when it comes to actually editing your blog, a great thing about Webflow is you can add content editors and make sure that they're going to be continuing to run the blog. Actually, that is what we're doing here at flowninja. We have a copywriter internally, and he's writing let's say 1 to 2 blog posts every single month. And a really great thing for him is he doesn't need to go to the back end of the website, but he just goes to the editor. He can schedule a new post. He can go ahead and publish from the editor directly, a live blog post. If there is a typo or anything, he can jump into the editor and really easily edit it. So based off of that, I think you're gonna remain all of the functions you had on your previous platforms when you do migrate to Webflow. And then the final way that is also really, really important, I would say, is you're gonna be able to easily migrate the content. So with you can export the content from WordPress or any other platform in a CSV format, and just pretty easily go ahead and import the same content as a CSV file in your Webflow account and migrate every single thousands and thousands of blog posts in just a click of a button. So based off of that, I think there are many more benefits that I'm sure that you can kind of explore by going on the Webflow site and just kind of see the showcase of the sites we've done, maybe on our end, even on flowninjas, and kind of on the showcase on Webflow. But there are also some of the drawbacks that kind of we've seen when doing a lot of Webflow websites, kind of what Webflow is not going to be able to do for you. So the first thing is, you're not going to be able to have multiple subfolders. So if you want to have blog and then let's say category, like for example, let's say drinking, this is going to be possible for static pages in Webflow, but it's not going to be possible for blog or CMS powered pages. So that can be something that you can lose in your migration. But if you set up the redirects in a proper way, you shouldn't impact any of the SEO on your website itself. Then the next thing that is probably common on WordPress websites is having comments below your blog posts, which is not a native feature in Webflow, but you can use tools like Discuss or something like that are completely for free, or you can even use a premium version later on to replace that kind of a functionality. And then the final things is kind of maybe on a funny side is by default you don't have tables and multiple kind of bullet lists, which hopefully Webflow will introduce soon, but we still have the custom code kind of part of the editor itself, where you're going to be able to paste in the custom code for the table, or if you want to have multiple bullet points, kind of multiple tiered bullet points on Webflow. So based off of that concludes this video. If you have any other kind of really cool tips about Webflow that you've used so far, kind of specifically for the blog in this instance, feel free to leave a comment down below and we would love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much and talk to you soon.